Hey, so this is Dishant from Unica University Common Application. I recommend you to watch AAU television.
AAU TV is the place to be for every person in higher education in Africa. Better be there or be nowhere.
Continuez de regarder la télé et surtout sur le AAU.
Keep watching it and it will change the way you interact with higher education on the continent. AAU, great job.
I want to tell you that AAU television is fantastic, it's educative, it's informative, and it is a must for anybody who is interested in higher education in Africa.
When I was in Accra last year, I did an interview on this TV. It's a very important mouthpiece.
It's a data, it's a bank of all we need for the development of higher education in Africa.
People should make an effort to view it because it discusses very current issues of development across the continent.
I believe that the station will continue to promote the overall development of Africa, particularly in the tertiary education sector.
AAU TV provides a platform and shares a lot of information to a broader audience. So we wish you all the best and please continue serving AAU TV,
the voice of higher education in Africa.
Welcome to the Midweek News on AAU TV, your trusted voice of higher education in Africa. My name is Jemima Daladem Duchi.
And I am Ajiman Otredako.
In this week's headlines on higher education, more than half of African students visas rejected. And in our health, research uncovers child brain development insights from nap patterns.
In our discovery story, Cameroonian artist turns waste into art masterpieces. And in our sports news, Nigeria and South Africa poised for success in Women's World Cup. Stay with us for more news in detail after the short break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back from the break. An African student who applied to study at universities and colleges in the United States experienced the highest visa refusal rate of all international students applying to study in the U.S., with more than half of all applicants rejected in 2022. The visa refusal rate for student visas increased from 44% in 2015 to 54% in 2022, as stated in a report by the President's Alliance on Higher Education and Immigration and Shorelight, two U.S. advocacy groups supporting immigrant students.
The report, titled The Interview of a Lifetime, reveals that African students applying to study in the United States face the highest visa refusal rate among all international students applicants. In 2022, the refusal rate for African student visas was 54%, up to 44% in 2015, indicating a concerning trend of decreasing openness to foreign students in the USA. The reasons for these high visa denial rates are not explicitly stated, but the author suggests that emerging U.S. national policies and negative public narratives towards immigrants may be influencing visa decisions. The refusal rates for African students are higher than those for students from other geographical regions applying for U.S. visas. Western and Central Africa experience even higher denial rates compared to Eastern and Southern Africa. Despite the Biden administration's relatively more open approach to immigration, the overall sentiment regarding immigration in the U.S. has not significantly changed, leaving uncertainties about the future of visa approvals for African students. American universities leaders expressed concerns that certain countries may face more challenges in obtaining visas than others. The report recommends issuing clear guidelines for evaluating visas application and not denying visas based on English language competency or requiring proof of funding for the entire academic program. An inclusive approach is encouraged to attract diverse global talent, considering the United States' domestic demographic trends and workforce shifts. Despite these recommendations, uncertainties remain about whether the U.S. will change its negative public narrative toward immigrants, potentially impacting African students' prospects of studying in the country. The high visa refusal rate for African students may hinder the U.S. from tapping into the potential academic talent and growth in Africa's labor market, while other countries such as France and China aggressively recruit African students. The report underscores the need for transparent and fair visa policies to ensure that qualified African students have equal opportunities to pursue higher education in the United States.
Still on higher education, Yvonne Osei-Adobia, a third-year sociology student, has made history by becoming the first ever female president of the Student Representative Council, SRC, at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, 71 years after its establishment. She emerged victorious in the election, gaining 8,282 votes, defeating other 5 contenders. Her main opponent, Abraham Roxon, only managed to poll 4,568 votes. Yvonne's remarkable achievement reflects the adage that winners don't quit and quitters don't win, as she perceived and ran for the position again this year after a previous unsuccessful attempt.
Yvonne Osei-Adobia's achievement as the first ever female president of the Student Representative Council, SRC, at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, is a significant milestone, especially given that the university was established 71 years prior to her election. Winning the election against 5 other contenders and polling 8,282 votes demonstrates her popularity and support among the student body. Her victory highlights the importance of persistence and not giving up after facing initial setbacks. Even though she contested for the position last year and lost, Yvonne's determination and dedication led her to make another attempt, resulting in her historic win. Proud to becoming the SRC president, Yvonne was a student activist involved in campaigning against the abolishment of the university's junior common room system, which indicates her passion for student issues and her willingness to stand up for what she believes in. Her educational background at Sewa Nyako Girls Senior High School in the Ashanti region showcases her roots and upbringing, and it's noteworthy that she is the first female SRC president from a school with a single gender system. The SRC general election at KNUST, held on July 26th, was fiercely contested, indicating the high stake and interest in the leadership position. Overall, Yvonne Osei-Adobia's election as the SRC president represents a significant moment for gender representation and student leadership at KNUST. Her success can serve as an inspiration for other students to pursue their goals and aspirations, regardless of any challenges they may face.
That is a good one coming right here from Ghana, from KNUST, as Yvonne Osei-Adobia wins the SRC elections. I believe this is a good one for the first time in 71 years during the establishment of the school and getting the first female SRC president. This is a good one, and I hope that this will be an inspiration and a beacon for other women who are considering leadership positions in our society, in the industry, and anywhere. But let's talk about the impact of her victory for young ladies who aspire to be leaders.
Yeah, you know, someone may want to underestimate the impact of the story, but I tell you, there's so much weight to the story. I mean, to some of the words that we've been hearing, that the future is interesting, the future is feminine. That is not a feminist statement. That is just a statement of affirmation that yes, we have invested so much into what the academic of late said, Kwiji Agri said, that if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So if you have women standing up to rule and to lead, it has an impact which is encircling. And this is Yvonne trying to affirmed that statement for what she's been through and what she's actually achieved. It's about time it flourishes. And that is not the only impact it serves. For young ladies out there who are intimidated or timid, for some reasons are not able to work their way out and make their impact felt. This is one thing to tell them, listen, you can do it. You have what it takes to do it. Just be determined, be committed, dedicated to the cause. Because someone has done UK University, a big institution, and you may question, can a lady lead? Oh yes, why not? If she's made her visions and goals clear, why not?
Okay, I believe I would want to say that, you know, in our society, the traditional setting, it is seen that women cannot, you know, take up some high roles or high responsibilities because they feel like, you know, as a woman, you're a wife, later you have children and then all that. And I believe this should be a stepping stone to women or to ladies that equally they have the capacity, they have the ability to take roles in the industry, to take roles in their schools and then all that. And as a woman, I believe that you shouldn't just let go of your ambitions regardless of what life gives to you or your process as a woman. You still need to pursue your ambition and become that woman that you want to become. And I feel like this is also a big, barrier breaking, because most of the SRC presidents that we have known in the universities, most of them are male. And this is like the first ever female to emerge winner. And this is a plus to women and to KNUST as well. I feel like she's done great. And let's also talk about the history that has been made by Yvonne.
Yes, before I touch on that, let me just say that, you know, traditional settings have let's say, brandished the woman to be someone who's reserved in the kitchen and all that. But some women have risen beyond that pinnacle. That's true. Listen, even though that is what society thinks, I can still make it up. And then hold home and hold career. And some have done it successfully. That's true. So I believe that if you are ready, if you are willing to do it, you can do it. Now to the history. Now the history being made by Yvonne is that, for 71 years since KNUST was established, we've always had male presidents, right? That's true. Now, she's the first female president since 1957. And she's also tied to the vice chancellor, that is Mrs. Rita Dixon, who is also the first female vice chancellor after since 1957. And they all are the first females
to
ruling from vice chancellor to SRC president. And their tenure will be ending at the same time. That's
an interesting one. And once again, congratulations to Yvonne. And health news is up next.
In our health story, new research from the University of East Anglia suggests that infants who nap frequently may have smaller vocabularies and poorer cognitive skills. The study indicates that some children are more efficient at consolidating information during sleep, leading them to nap less frequently, and the findings shed light on the relationship between napping habits and cognitive development in young children.
A new study from the University of East Anglia reveals that infants who nap more frequently have smaller vocabularies and poorer cognitive skills compared to those who nap less frequently. The research team studied 463 infants aged between 8 months and 3 years during the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020. Parents were surveyed about their children's sleep patterns, cognitive abilities, and language development. The results show that children are more efficient at consolidating information during their sleep, so they nap less frequently. On the other hand, children with smaller vocabularies and lower executive function scores tend to nap more frequently. The study found that reducing naps for children with poorer cognitive skills will not improve their brain development, and they should be allowed to nap as frequently and for as long as they need. The researchers emphasized that the structure of daytime sleep is an indicator of cognitive development. Infants with more frequent but shorter naps than expected for their age had smaller vocabularies and worse cognitive function. The negative association between vocabulary and nap frequency was stronger in older children.
The study suggests that children have different sleep needs and caregivers should use a child's mental age rather than chronological age to determine their sleep requirement. Overall, the study provides insight into children's intrinsic sleep needs and highlights that napping is an important aspect of their cognitive development. It also points out that children with different cognitive abilities may have varying sleep patterns and their individual needs should be respected. The research aims to address parental anxiety around sleep and encourages caregivers to allow children to nap as frequently as they naturally require.
That's for Discovery News after the short break. Right back.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching, learning and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa, has made available easy-to-use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aauLMS@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
Welcome back from the break. And in our Discovery story, Cameroonian artist Joseph Francis Sumenyi showcases his exhibition La Citadelle des Anciens in Yaoundé, Cameroon. The exhibition features striking half-man, half-animal sculptures made from various everyday objects. The artworks present an impressive and captivating display of creations from a different realm.
Joseph Francis Sumenyi, a painter and a sculptor from Yaoundé, Cameroon, presents his exhibition titled La Citadelle des Anciens, the Citadel of the Elders. The exhibition features impressive sculptures that are a fusion of half-man and half-animal created from various objects. The artist uses seemingly ordinary materials and transforms them into extraordinary work of art, leaving visitors amazed by the detail and the environmental message behind his work. Sumenyi's sculptures are made from materials found in garbage dumps, which he sees not as waste, but as utensils of creation. His art aims to protect the environment by repurposing discarded items and giving them new life. The centerpiece of his work is the Nine Notables, a collection of giant mannequins that represents traditional Bamileke diaries from West Cameroon. Through his sculptures, he challenges modern society and prompts reflection on the difference between the old and new societies and their impact on human happiness. The artist's workshop, known as the Mediatory, serves as a birthplace of his art where the concepts of the Nine Notables first took shape. His philosophy of Jalaias emphasizes the idea of surpassing oneself, which is reflected in his self-taught approach to sculpting. Sumenyi's work has gained recognition internationally with exhibitions at the Dakar Biennial in Senegal as well as the Netherlands and Japan. His unique sculptures not only showcase his artistic talent but also deliver a powerful message about the environment and societal values. We'll be
back with news.
Welcome to our sports and entertainment segment. My name is Jimai Madaladondoji. In our sport news, Nigeria's surprising 2-3 victory against Australia in a packed Women's World Cup match at Brisbane's Lang Park has given them a strong chance to advance to the round of 16, despite Australia missing their star player Sam Kerr out to injury. Nigeria's energetic player and fast-paced attacks caught the co-host off guard, securing them an impressive win. Meanwhile, Hilda Magaya's inspiring performance for South Africa's Women's World Cup team, scoring a goal despite suffering an injury in their opener against Sweden, has boosted the team's confidence and belief. Magaya's scoring ability and versatility make her a key player of the Bayana as they prepare to face Argentina in their next match.
In a surprising upset, Nigeria secured a 3-2 victory against Australia in a sold-out Women's World Cup match at Brisbane's Lang Park. Despite the absence of Australia's star player Sam Kerr due to injury, Nigeria's energetic play and fast-paced attacks caught the co-hosts off guard. This win puts Nigeria in contention for the round of 16, giving them a chance to advance further in the tournament. Nigeria's impressive performance, led by star striker Asisat Oshoala, has showcased their potential to compete with higher-ranked teams. Ranked 40th by FIFA, this marks Nigeria's 9th appearance in the Women's World Cup, and they are determined to make their mark on the global stage. On the other hand, Australia's loss means they must now secure a win against Olympic champions Canada to progress in the competition. Whilst on the other hand, Hilda Magaya has become a source of belief and inspiration for South Africa's Women's World Cup team. Despite suffering an injury in their tournament opener against Sweden, her goal and impressive performance gave the team confidence that they can achieve victory. As they prepare to face Argentina in their next match, Magaya's scoring ability and versatility have made her a key player for the Bayana. Magaya's journey to the World Cup has been marked by dedication and hard work. Started with a rural club team, she later practiced with the men's team and played in Sweden, where she scored 12 goals in 22 matches. Her notable moments, including scoring twice in the Women's African Cup of Nations final, showcase her ability to perform under pressure. Magaya's determination and readiness to up her game on the higher stage have made her a standout player and an essential part of South Africa's aspirations in the tournament.
In our entertainment story, Festival International Nuit d'Afrique, held annually in July in Montreal, Canada, is renowned as North America's largest world music festival, featuring a diverse array of African, Caribbean, and Latin music. Established in 1987 by Lamine Touré, a dancer and choreographer, the event has become a vibrant celebration of cultural diversity. While its name suggests an African focus, the festival warmly embraces all cultures and people, fostering a sense of unity and inclusivity, as highlighted by organizer Sipopo Galere.
Festival International Nuit d'Afrique, held annually in Montreal, Canada, is renowned as the largest world music festival in North America. Founded in 1987 by dancer and choreographer Lamine Touré, the festival celebrates African, Caribbean, and Latin music, creating a platform for cultural exchange and understanding. Despite its name, the festival is inclusive and open to people of all backgrounds, welcoming everyone to experience the diverse and vibrant music showcased during the event. Organizer Sepopo Gali emphasizes that the festival's appeal lies in its ability to introduce unfamiliar audiences to the richness of African music. For artists, it offers a valuable opportunity to share their talent on an international platform and build connections with new fans. Singer Clara, a member of the group Only the Righteous, highlights the festival's significance for artists in promoting their work and connecting with diverse audiences. Nigerian songwriter and singer Yemi Alade expresses a strong connection to Montreal and pledges to continue participating in the festival as long as possible. In recent editions, the festival has placed a notable focus on promoting women artists. The Women of the World category features 6 talented women, including 4 from Africa, Zimbabwe, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, and Senegal. This emphasis on elevating female voices showcases the festival's commitment to providing more visibility to committed and talented women musicians. Through its dedication and inclusivity, cultural exchange, and celebrating diverse musical expressions, Festival International Nuit d'Afrique continues to be a vibrant and influential event in the world music scene.
That is all for our sport and entertainment story. Business news is up next.
For a job in higher education institution on the African continent, there is no need to go looking. The Africa Education Jobs Board will deliver available jobs to you via our platform. To start your search, visit our website. On our website, you will find variety of job postings classified by the sectors and professions they belong to. There are sections devoted to variety of career-related materials, as well as information on African countries. All information you require, based on the job description and requirements, are accessible on the site. If you are looking for a job in higher education on the continent, use our dedicated portal, www.africa.edujobs.com. For job market updates, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at AF Jobs Board.
Welcome to our business news segment. And amidst challenges such as steep inflation, post-pandemic competitiveness, and evolving airline industry dynamics, Ethiopian Airlines is actively pursuing its Vision 2025 growing plan as Africa's leading airlines, surpassing Egypt and Kenya Airways in fleet and passenger numbers. Ethiopian Airlines demonstrated resilience during the COVID-19 pandemic by remaining operational without public bailouts or job cuts. However, the current landscape presents new obstacles for the airline, as CEO Mesfin Tasiu, who assumed the position in March 2022, elucidates.
Ethiopian Airlines, Africa's leading airline, is pursuing its Vision 2035 growth strategy despite facing new challenges in the post-pandemic landscape. The airline had a prosperous year in 2022 and 2023, recovering from the impact of COVID-19 without public bailout or redundancies. However, it now faces high inflation, increasing fuel prices, and a shortage of spare parts due to disrupted supply chains during the pandemic. As post-COVID activity picks up, increased competition from other airlines ordering more aircraft may lead to lower ticket prices and tougher competition. Ethiopian Airlines aims to remain competitive by re-evaluating its cost structure and implementing a cost reduction plan. The airlines also faces legal proceedings regarding alleged discriminatory measures against travelers from the Tigray region and accusations of transporting military equipment during the conflict. Despite these challenges, Ethiopian Airlines is committed to its growth strategy, which aims to quadruple passenger numbers and increase the flight by 2035. The company is also working on a sustainable development strategy, including the use of sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, to reduce carbon emissions. However, the availability and high cost of SAF remain significant obstacle for the airline and the industry as a whole.
In our international bits, Russian President Vladimir Putin expressed his support for the African Peace Initiative on Ukraine during the Russia-Africa Forum in St. Petersburg. He also commended China's efforts in seeking a resolution to the conflict. Putin believes that the African Peace Initiative, along with other similar initiatives like China's, could serve as a foundation for peace-seeking processes.
Russian President Vladimir Putin expressed support for the African Peace Initiative on Ukraine during the Russia-Africa Forum in St. Petersburg. He also commended China's efforts in finding a solution to the conflict. Putin highlighted that the African Peace Initiative, alongside other initiatives like the Chinese one, could serve as a foundation for peace-seeking processes without contradicting or competing with each other. He engaged in substantial and friendly conversations with African leaders seeking ways to diffuse the tension between Russia and Ukraine. However, when questioned about his absence from the upcoming BRICS Forum in South Africa in August, Putin dismissed its relevance without mentioning the International Criminal Court arrest warrants issued against him. The Russian leader's backing of the African Peace Initiative and discussions with African leaders indicates efforts to explore diplomatic channels for peace amid the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Nonetheless, his decision not to attend the BRICS Forum raises questions about the geopolitical dynamics in the region.
Thank you for staying with us on the Mid-Week News. We'll take a quick look at our headlines.
In our higher education story, more than half of African students visas rejected. And in our health, research uncovers child brain development insights from nap patterns.
In our discovery story, Cameroonian artist turns waste into masterpieces. And in our sports story, Nigeria and South Africa poised for success in Women's World Cup.
Thank you for sticking with us on the Midweek News on AAU TV. Get interactive with us on our dedicated news hub, tv.aau.org. My name is Jemima Deladem.
And I am Ajiman Ochudako. Stay patriotic to your country and be blessed.
Hey,